November 2nd, 2017.
Valenzuela can take a shot so I can break him down and people can see that a youngster just say, man, I can do this whenever I want. There it is though. You can't do it whenever you want. If your name is Ryan Garcia, expected him to be a lot taller, but he's the same size as me. There and go after him. Ooh, and he catches Ryan, but then he gets caught with the left. Garcia did there. Valenzuela threw his best punch of the night and he gets caught and he's about to get finished.
It was this day in which Ryan Garcia beat Valenzuela and secured the NABF Junior Super Feather title. 3 weeks later, with the intention to challenge the best fighters in his division, Garcia posted a provocative photo of Gamboa, Miguel Berchelt, and the IBF Super Featherweight champion, Gervonta Davis, on his social media. At that time, Garcia wasn't even close as popular as he is today. However, this still wouldn't stop Tank from responding and starting beef and a rivalry which would go on for over 4 years now.
Man, I want everybody, man. Let's go. Let's work, man. I don't fear nobody, man. Let's fight Gervonta. Let's get it on.
He's a kid, man. Oh, kill him.
2 rounds. 2 rounds, you're going to sleep.
I don't want him to ever say Tank name again.
I don't know why. I just want to fight him.
He got jumped by somebody that came to hit him. I want to hit him. You know I'm going to do some after. We want Tank. We want Tank. You hear this? Let's go. We fighting back. We fighting back. Let's go.
Welcome to Boxing Matrix. Enjoy this video. Defending his super featherweight title against Fernando Vargas, Ryan Garcia was pretty confident to get a knockout in the first round.
And I had a vision. I'm telling you this right now. I have a vision. I might sleep him with the first punch I throw in the fight. I think I'm going to run up to him and hit him with the overhand. He might be slept.
And in the build-up to that fight, Garcia was asked if there was a fighter that he would like to face sooner rather than later, and Garcia's response was pretty clear.
Yes, I want to fight Gervonta Davis. That's just something I don't know why. I just want to fight him. And you know what? Even if he doesn't want to fight me, I'll keep saying it. I want to fight him. But he should fight me now because this is the best chance he's going to have when I'm 19.
And Tank's response to that call-out was pretty clear as well.
People like Ryan Garcia call you out. What do you think about that? He's a kid, man. Oh, kill him. He could be my sparring partner, though.
But Tank also explained later why he doesn't want to fight Garcia yet, and would prefer a much more mega fight in the future.
Yes, and Ryan.
You had exchanges through Instagram as well. Is that still something you would be looking forward to?
I wanted to let him grow first. You know, I don't want to let him grow. No, just, you know, let him mature out. You know, I don't want to get him now. You know, I want to see what he is like 2 years or 3 years from now. That's not a fight that I want now. You know, because he's still a kid.
Do you think by waiting until because he's most likely going to become a big name under Oscar, do you think you'd make obviously more money if you fought him later on?
Yeah, definitely.
And when he was asked if there was a particular fighter that he would like to face, he made it again clear what his goal is, and that it's just a matter of time until this mega showdown would happen.
It doesn't matter who I fight. It doesn't matter. As long as I put on a great performance whoever I fight, it doesn't matter. I don't believe that there's a big fighter out there that. No, I do.
Who's that, Loma?
No.
Tank.
Not Loma.
Mike?
No.
Who? What's his first name?
Ryan.
Oh, you want Ryan? That's your money fight.
I think that's gonna be the money. But it's not. I don't want him now. I want him way mature.
And after Garcia knocked out Vargas, Garcia followed Tank's footsteps and missed his weight against Jason Velez.
130.4. So both fighters are a little bit overweight at this point.
He still won that fight. However, Velez was expected to be the next knockout for Garcia, but went the distance for 10 full rounds. Which didn't give Garcia a good look for a fight against Tank, who also didn't miss that fight, nor the weigh-ins. Even though Tank made it clear that he didn't want the fight yet, Garcia was still eager to get that fight, and still didn't stop from calling him out, right after his win against Velez.
Is Tank still the plan?
Of course, man. I want everybody, man. Let's go. Let's work, man. I don't fear nobody, man. Let's fight Gervonta. Let's get it on.
Unfortunately, his promoter Oscar De La Hoya didn't have much trust in Garcia's skills at that time. After the Velez fight, De La Hoya made his opinion about a fight between Tank and Garcia clear.
De La Hoya! You think Ryan's ready for Tank?
No. Oscar, my little boy. Tank is a beast. Oscar.
De La Hoya and Garcia would have a big fight 4 months later, after Oscar tried to avoid any fight for Ryan that might be difficult for him.
And that just makes it look even worse. Golden Boy says I'm scared and he's too tough. Then I take a replacement, knock him out. Man, how bad would that look on me? Right. So I took the approach like, all right, I want to fight Duno. Fuck that. I want to fight Duno. I'm not fighting nobody else. Or y'all, you guys want what you want? And that's actually what I wanted. I said it at his last fight. The reporters asked me, what do you want? I was like, easily. Like, I want to fight him next. But Golden Boy does not want to. This, like, they think that I'm some type of fighter that nobody knows, and I'm just a regular, you know, Joe Schmo. Can you believe, like, publicly, my own promotion company literally trying to make it seem a type of way? Anybody who knows me knows I would never say that. That would never come out my mouth. Absolutely. Ryan Garcia says Duno is too tough. Oh no, that guy's too tough. Oh man, he almost.
We're going with Virgil Ortiz.
Yes.
So we're really looking forward to that. He's the real deal. He's the top guy. He's our next world champion.
However, the beef would temporarily end, with Garcia signing a new lucrative contract and De La Hoya trusting in Garcia to become the next world champion.
There it is. That's the one.
I called Ryan Garcia. Hey, let's talk about it. You know, we discussed it. We hugged it out. And we're gonna move on. And we're gonna make sure that. Look, I want to make Ryan Garcia the biggest star that boxing has ever seen, hands down. I mean, look, he has the following. He has the charisma. He has the punch. He has the fight. So I want to make Ryan Garcia the biggest athlete out there that the world has ever seen. Just like I got Canelo the biggest contract in sports history at the time. I mean, $360 million. I can probably get double for King Ryan when the time is right. You know, when he becomes world champion, when he has several more years under his belt. I have no doubt I can do that for him.
And it wouldn't take long for De La Hoya to find out that this was the best decision he had made in a long time. Because right in Garcia's next fight against Romero Duno, who De La Hoya and Golden Boy Promotions tried to avoid as much as possible, was the fight that shocked the world.
Shook Duno. Garcia able to land that right now. Down he goes. Right hand in a hook, and Duno is hurt. Duno is hurt bad. Wow, it's over. That's a superstar performance right there, Brian. Garcia waited since September, and he took care of business right away.
And what would be a fight of Ryan Garcia without him calling Tank out?
I came into the sport to fight the best. So that's what I've always said. I've always wanted to fight the best. So I feel like he's one of the best guys at the 130, 135 division. And I feel like I'm also one of the best. So why not fight?
We should also not forget that while Ryan was knocking all his opponents out and making the road clear for a world title, Tank was doing the same. Like when he fought Hugo Ruiz in February of 2019.
At 130, I feel more power than ever. And I will demonstrate it on Saturday night.
You know, I feel as though that it will be an action-packed fight. I'm glad that he have that mentality, you know, because we owe it to the fans of a late changing an opponent. So I'm praying that, you know, he come ready to fight, you know, Saturday night. So we get the fans a great show.
There was no doubt against Tank's speed, power, and skill, but there is a big question about his discipline. Hanging out in strip clubs with Adrian Broner, who is not known for being a disciplined fighter, put also a bad light on Tank and his focus on boxing.
Y'all see what I did on Showtime?
Yeah. There he is right there.
Y'all talking about?
And him just being involved in a fistfight, even though he came in as a peacemaker, just increased these doubts.
That's a nigga that just fouled.
And him missing the weight multiple times justified the doubts in his discipline.
Just 0.2 of a pound over the weight limit. California rules state that he has up to 2 hours to make that 130-pound weight limit to defend his title.
Tank weighed in again later, and this time made the weight. It was not the first time Tank missed his weight. In 2017, at the co-main event of Mayweather vs. McGregor, Tank missed his weight already back then and was stripped of his IBF title.
132 pounds, 1-3-2 for Davis.
And even that was not the first time. He missed his weight already 3 months before against Liam Walsh.
Gervonta Davis 2 ounces over. According to IBF regulation, he has 2 hours.
However, after all, it wouldn't stop him from performing and delivering a vicious knockout. Not against Fonseca. Not against Walsh.
Walsh, but Davis knows he's hurting, and he's going looking for it now, and he's trying to finish it here, and he puts it in legs. He looks as though he's gone here, Walsh. One more, and it's all over. He stopped it.
And definitely not against Ruiz.
And splitting the guard of Ruiz. There's a combination by Davis, culminating with the right hook.
Tank showed once again the power in his hands, which left Ruiz stunned.
Bueno, yo la verdad sentí muy fuerte a Davis, no lo sentí un 130, sino lo sentí mucho más pesado. Creo que subió a casi welter en la pelea, entonces eso marcó la diferencia. Sí se siente fuerte la pegada. Creo que va a ser complicado una pelea con uno que vaya subiendo.
¿Y de 1 a 10 cómo sentiste la pegada?
Bueno, yo la verdad sí le sentí la pegada muy fuerte. Nunca había sentido una pegada así como él. No sé si sea por el peso. Para mí, pues, como te digo, yo creo que es muy potente.
However, Ryan Garcia also watched the fight live at the arena and got even more confident to beat Tank.
That was too quick, bro. It was alright. It was a good fight. He did what he had to do. No, for sure. After seeing him fight live in person, I think I'm even more confident. Why? Because you can see his shots coming. Like he shows you what you could do. He shows when you can block.
And in his next fight against Ricardo Nunes, Tank delivered another early finish. Unfortunately, Tank didn't answer with Ryan Garcia when he was asked who he would like to fight next in his post-fight interview.
At 130, so Tevin fought tonight, he probably still fighting, but I definitely get Tevin. I want Tevin.
You want Tevin?
I want Tevin my next fight.
After his win over Nunes, Gervonta Davis decided to move up in weight class and fight against the 2004 Olympic gold medalist Yurickis Gamboa for the WBA lightweight title.
Apart, Jorge Solis. And down goes Solis. Down goes Marinas.
見せました9番のガンボア12ポイント差そしてコーナーに攻めますこの後のディフェンスも非常にうまいガンボアです連打が出ます34対20
Trading big time.
Began early. Right, and then the left hurt Eptog too. Told the same story.
Left hand right to the face by Gamboa. Combination to the good left hand to the body, right to the chin. Down goes Eptog.
And even though he moved up in weight, Tank still didn't manage to make the weight.
Gervonta has 1 hour power in order to make that 135-pound weight limit for the WBA lightweight championship of the world.
Which again proved the point that he was missing discipline. However, as always, his speed, power, and skill did make up for it on fight night.
Here's that right to the body. A straight left, down goes Gamboa. Gamboa. Another big, heavy shot. Davis, big straight left, down goes Gamboa again. Big straight left, a couple big shots. Davis trying to finish off Gamboa. Over the missiles, down goes Gamboa, and this one is over. Gervonta Davis with the finish of Yuriorkis Gamboa.
Unfortunately, Gamboa tore his Achilles in the second round, but somehow still managed to survive 10 more rounds, till Tank finished it in the 12th. And 2 months later, Ryan Garcia fought against Francisco Fonseca, who had lost against Tank in 2017 in the 8th round by knockout. It's said that it's wrong to compare two fighters, but who managed to win earlier? Still, all the eyes were on Garcia, and if he could knock out Fonseca faster than Davis.
Your dad says in 4 rounds he's out of there.
Shoot, you never know with me. You know, I don't even expect myself to knock him out that quick. I just throw my punches like any normal day in the gym. Like that shot I hit Duno with. I didn't even know it was gonna knock him out. I just threw it, and I clipped him, and he was gone.
Fonseca also compared these two before the fight and made clear what he thinks.
I had a lot of experience in those fights with different opponents, with different people. But you know, I don't want to underestimate Ryan Garcia. He's a great prospect, but he doesn't have the experience that Gervonta Davis has and Tevin Farmer has. So with all that experience is going to be the basis for me to walk away with the victory on February 14th.
Little did he know what a nightmare was going to happen to him. And on fight night, Ryan truly shocked the world.
Oh, and a left hand! Sits Fonseca down! Flat on his back! It's over! There, he's done it again! Ryan Garcia!
Ryan knocked him out inside the first round. This truly was a statement to the lightweight and the whole world.
The punch? I saw the punch, bro. Like, I'm in shock and all. Like, the kid just keeps on proving himself.
However, even though Fonseca acknowledged Ryan, he still didn't think that he could beat Tank.
Bueno, la verdad que peleador, como te digo, una pegada normal. No voy a decir que pega más que Gervonta, que pega más. Simplemente llegó el golpe donde era, en el botón del knockout, y se terminó la pelea. Creo que supo aprovechar el momento y aprovechó el error que cometí y se terminó y listo. Bueno, sería una buena pelea, pero creo que ganaría Gervonta para mí. Por lo zurdo, porque ya está más con confianza, ya hace tiempo es campeón y obviamente pues Ryan sería el retador y obviamente pues todos sabemos que la confianza de campeón es diferente al retador, así que para mi parecer ganaría Gervonta.
Gervonta Davis was also unimpressed about Ryan's performance, according to his tweets, at least. It wouldn't take long for Gervonta to remind the people what he is made of after his disappointing performance against Gamboa. Leo Santa Cruz was the WBA Super Featherweight World Champion.
Control the pace, and he told us 2 days ago he had to. Big hole hurt. And down goes Canazas for the 4th time. Rips the left hook to the body, does the champion. Another left hook, and that one hurt. Zalanes is resilient. We talked about him getting up and against Maharis, but he's taking a lot of punishment. And he takes going to allow him to absorb because Santa Cruz tags him with the left hand, and he's just an onslaught from the champion, and down goes.
And 8 months later, Tank's next opponent in a unification bout. Leo Santa Cruz also sparred Ryan Garcia in 2018 and was left pretty impressed with him.
He has power, you know, he has power, good power. When he lands a good shot, he hurts you.
However, when asked a half-year later about Tank versus Ryan, he still thought that Ryan needs some time to beat Tank.
He has a chance right now. I think right now he's too soon. I think he still needs to get a little more experience, get a few more rounds over there, go 12 rounds, fight a championship fight, and then he'll be ready. But right now, I think he's still young. He could still learn, and he could get a lot of experience. So, but right now, I don't think. Right now, he don't have no chance right now. But in the future, he will.
And as someone who sparred Ryan 2 years ago and was now fighting Tank, it was pretty interesting to know what kind of impressions and thoughts were left in his mind comparing these two. Even though Cruz did pretty well for the first 5 rounds, it still would be the power that separated them in the 6th round.
Here to target the body, that's what Gervonta's doing. They both in close exchange, down a big price if he stands in this ring. Come to him. And now right hand stepping back the head of Gervonta. Oh, down goes Santa Cruz on a vicious left uppercut, and he's out.
This was a knockout that could have been considered the knockout of the year. All the boxing fans around the world were shocked at how brutal and beautiful it was at the same time.
And then Tank ended it with the knockout of the year. In a year with a bunch of great knockouts, that was the best knockout I've seen.
Oh, Robert, Gervonta Davis, Leo Santa Cruz, one of the best knockouts I've ever seen in my life live.
For sure, it's got to be knockout of the year.
Santa Cruz himself would respond the same thing 3 years later when he was asked again about Ryan Garcia versus Gervonta Davis.
I think, it's a great fight. They both, hit hard. They both have their thing. But I think right now, Ryan Garcia, he needs to get a little more experience. I think more experience.
And Ryan was impressed with that knockout, though it didn't seem like it intimidated him, but rather motivated him.
I was impressed on the timing of the shot. I knew that was his game plan to walk him down, and Leo just didn't have the firepower to do it. But he had a good game plan. He had good offense because he was catching Tank coming in, so he had good timing, he had good offense. I think 2 more rounds if he survives, different fight.
After that knockout, it seemed for some fans that Tank is clearly ahead of Garcia. However, it would take only 2 months for Ryan to receive the opportunity to prove the fans wrong. And that was against the 2012 Olympic gold medalist, Luke Campbell.
Beyond that jump.
Needs more shots, I still think. Given the McCoy, he has given
all the discipline, hard work, getting up early, missing out on a lot of things, cutting food out, everything like that. It's, all for this, and it's been all worthwhile, really has.
Even though Campbell had 3 losses on his record, Campbell was still recognized as one of the best in the lightweight division. 2 of his losses came against Linares and Mandy, which were split decisions in the favor of his opponents.
He just doesn't seem like he's got out of second, third gear, and down he goes. But it certainly will be time to relearn his own way, and it's not what we're used to seeing from Luke Campbell. Not from the first spell as well, the away crowd by dumping Campbell.
And his 3rd loss was against Lomachenko, who is one of the absolute best pound-for-pound boxers in the world. And even in that fight, he didn't just manage to go the distance, but also hurt Lomachenko.
With him. Takes the drinks. Oh, good shot from Campbell. Oh, he's hurt Shevchenko here in the 6th round. Big shot, and he's had to hold in on the Chenko. 50 seconds left in the 7th. And what about that from Luke Campbell?
And now a win against Campbell would have proved that he is one of the absolute best in his division and a future pound-for-pound contender. And his biggest challenge will turn out to be his most difficult fight as well.
Seems like he wants to. Oh, the tap sits the kid down, and that's what he was setting him up for. Luke was looking for that overhand left. Now we're going to see what this kid's made of. An absolute stunner, and look at the face of right hook. This was good on. Oh, look at the left hook right at the bell, and Campbell was ready to go down. That's Garcia's best punch. It's a snappy left hook. Ryan Garcia knows he's got Campbell a little bit weakened here. He's letting his hands go. The crowd is rising up. Campbell's corner total. Keep your composure. Find your legs. Stick can't move. Basically running a spot. He knows those things that Ryan Garcia is doing. Good body shots and he goes down. And now Campbell is down on an 8-2 knee. He's asking questions.
What an incredible fight and experience it was for Ryan Garcia. The taste of being knocked down for the first time as a professional and still overcome to get the job done. The fans, however, had mixed feelings about it. Some thought that Ryan was exposed, and others thought that Ryan showed the heart of a champion and that he truly belongs to the best in the world.
He became a man. That's all there is to it. He became a man tonight. He needed this fight for validation. He needed this fight to prove to the boxing world that he belongs in there. And he passed with flying colors.
I mean, it was a good fight. You know, he went in there, he got the win, but of course he got knocked down, and he showed some flaws, but he also showed that he had heart and he got the win.
Tank also reacted to the knockdown on his social media. And now, for the first time, it really seems to be a realistic fight in 2022.
I think first quarter of next year, I think a big fight like that can happen.
The biggest fight in the world is Tank and Ryan Garcia. Hands down.
You think we'll see that fight happening at some point?
Yeah.
I know Ryan Garcia.
Yeah. I'm confident that fight's gonna happen.
Garcia already showed that he belongs to the best. Tank also. And now the only question is, who is better?
Ryan Garcia walks through the Tank. And if you were to ask me like 3 years ago, I would have been kind of like maybe questioned it. But now that Ryan Garcia is the fighter who is improving, the fighter who is growing, the fighter that's getting stronger and faster, I think Ryan Garcia walks right through the Tank. I really do.
Well, Devin
Garcia wants to fight you.
No, the fuck he don't. He gonna get f***ed up.
No?
2 rounds, that's my thought. 2 rounds, Gervonta Davis will be knocked out by me. Mark my words. It's the next fight that's happening. 2 rounds. I'm chasing legacy, not mandatories. We don't go after Devin Haney. I don't care about bouts. Bouts don't exist in this era. It's all about being the people's champion. And that's the people want Gervonta Davis, and that's what I'm getting. 2 rounds, mark my words, Max. And I'm going to go even a step further. It's going to be in the second minute of the second round.
Pause. 2 rounds. 2 rounds. You're going to sleep. 2 rounds. Hey, it's not going to hurt. I promise you, it's not going to hurt. I don't care what you got. Yeah, all that. You better open up. You're going to need a ladder to hit me. How tall are you? You 5'5". You don't need a ladder to hit me. You're going to need a Stairmaster. Boy, you won't be able to touch me. You ain't never fought a 135 in your life. Just different. Just, I don't care what you say. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. Boy, I don't care. You too ugly to be champ. I'm fucking champ. And that's from Muhammad Ali. Boy, I'm pretty. You ain't never seen nothing like me. I promise you. You gonna go down. You see me the whole time, man. 2 rounds.
He got jumped by somebody that came with him.
Oh, don't worry. You can, hey, hit me with that shot. You're gonna need a Stairmaster, boy.
Yes. If I would have hit him, you know I would have killed him after that. Hey. We bring him back. Let's go! Let's go! Hey,
you lying,
he said it. He said it.
The world
Hey, the world knows. He said it. Next fight, there's no going back now. There ain't no going back. Hey, you better commit to it. Sign that, baby. Sign it. Fight him. No fight, no nothing. Fight him next. It's set in stone now, baby.
All right, we got it on, guys. The next fight.
Let's go.
Hopefully, this promise is kept in 2022, and we will see this mega fight next year. Of course, if both of them win their fights against Romero and Diaz at the end of this year. There are still some issues that might delay the fight, like Tank's missing pay-per-view buys, who sold only 215,000 pay-per-views against Barrios and Santa Cruz, or Garcia's still increasing profile could be a reason that we might have to wait a couple more years. However, let's just hope that that is not the case, and we finally get to see this long-awaited showdown next year. Write in the comments who you think will win and why. Do you think this fight will happen next year or not? And how many pay-per-view buys, do you guess, will this fight make? This is Boxing Matrix. Thank you for watching.